The mission of this class is to prepare you for the university level. Whatever university you go to, you're going to be taught how to think differently than you have for all the years you've been in school so far. It will be a struggle at first. It will be challenging, but you're an AP student, don't you want a challenge? It will be. One thing that I need to clarify is the rumor about outlines in this class. Yes, we do outlines. Yes, I'm picky about those outlines, and there's a reason. At the university level, you need to be prepared to be able to outline, read what you've written, and apply it to the work that you have to do in almost any class besides a social studies class at the next level. The other thing about outlines that you need to know is that you're able to use them on your test. Yeah, you use them on your test. And by the way, this class is very successful when they go to take the AP exam, even though I allow them to use their outlines on the test. Outlines in this class is kind of like cough medicine. It tastes nasty, but it will get you healthy. The thinking in this class is a paradigm shift in thinking, in learning. What you do is determined by what other people in your classes are bringing up in class. This board in my class is all the people, all the former students just from Live Oak, and I've been here 6 years, just from Live Oak. I do have some personal grandchildren pictures that have come back and thanked me or emailed and thanked me for the outlines, for forcing them to do the outlines. The other thing that I want you to know, besides the success of other students that's been in this class, are the boards around the classroom that have proven that this class is successful, how we run it. It is a discussion style class. It is a class that you take charge of and that I will guide you in the right direction. This is a student-led class. It's a fun class. It's good to see. I learn every day from students in my class, and I think they learn as well. They have to. It's obvious. It proves it. Hopefully, I'll see you next year. Let's go to another question if you have one.
I have a question. So it talked about, like around the time that they were creating the Articles of Confederation, that the Congress kind of just did what they thought was best as they pleased. And I found that confusing because they're arguing for equality and independence, but they're just doing things on their own. Why weren't they like consulting the American people to make decisions about the people when that's exactly what they wanted from Britain?
Well, because at this time they were still scared of Britain's overpowering government, so I don't think they wanted to make any super decisive decisions to scare the people away from the new government they were forming. So if they were to make anything super decisive, like you listen to this, then all the people would start freaking out again.
Okay.
And also the other day, I think we talked about how like the main like political leaders during that time, so like Thomas Jefferson, you have John Adams, etc. They didn't like think the average American was good enough for that. Even though they're for the people, they didn't think like the average American was like smart enough or had like enough political power.
So let me ask another question to follow up on that. Imagine yourself as a loyalist under King George, and you've now lost a war, but you're living in the land that is now free from King George. I'm going to ask you this question. How are you feeling about living in a country that's no longer yours?
I would be terrified.
Terrified? Why? Elaborate.
Everybody there probably hates me and does not want anything to do with me, so I have to keep one eye open, like all the soldiers who were quartering in those houses. Now I have to definitely do that, even though I was technically a citizen. Now I'm there in between all these people that didn't like me then and definitely don't like me now and don't want me to be here because I have different views and everything, and they want change and I don't want that, so I've got nowhere to go.
All right, anybody else want to add to that?
The loyalists that didn't know that the Patriots went on to harass them anymore, they're gonna think, wow, what would they do to me now? Because they tarred and feathered me before. What can they do now?
Yeah. Agreed.